ambushed by orcs.
Maybe I'm an orc
lizards.
now. Lizard.
So you should let him know what the errand was that we sent him on.
Oh yeah, we sent you to go drop off a couple of gnome children.
Oh, that is something that I would absolutely do. That makes sense.
You were
And
given
leave
a
all
wagon?
the money we found of them.
Wait,
Yeah.
was I told where to drop them off?
I mean,
What?
with another gnome community.
Okay, so it's not. It's not like.
Wait. We actually were able to give him really good directions. Remember?
Oh yeah.
We made rolls and everything.
This is true. There were good directions.
Did you follow them?
Well, at least the directions on how to get there. We're hoping that you didn't misinterpret our instructions as to sell the children to the village.
This is the problem when, the plan came in. All of a sudden we discussed finances and the group's like, let's give them all the money we found. I'm sure you'll find someone to adopt them when you bring a bag full of silver. And then everyone got super quiet.
Super quiet.
Supermassive black hole.
Of doom.
Meow meow cat, meow 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 meow.
So on the plus side, yes, they sent you off on a mission to go drop off the children. Well, they did some other things, and they went to an oasis, and they clearly left you a clear path to find them in the woods when they had a really bad survival roll, caused them to be out there, and then all of a sudden a bunch of creepy eyeballs reflecting back at them in the darkness.
I'm assuming the eyeballs were connected to other things. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. That was disconcertingly quiet.
Figure give you the long pause.
It's like just an eyeball forest. That's normal. Normal eyeball forest.
So thankfully, the part that was left out was the fact that you were able to come back with the group.
Yeah.
Now the question is, when you dropped off the younglings, did you leave them with their parents' wagon and a horse?
Was it theirs?
For all intents and purposes, sure, before the bandits stole it.
Probably, yes.
Possession is a tricky thing.
I would ask them if I could borrow it and return it later.
The kids would have no problem letting you borrow it.
Okay. Yeah, then I will take it back because the wagon is useful, and with the intent of bringing it back to them later.
Aww. So, do you basically accept the first folks that offer you to take the kids off of your hands?
I would look for some type of community elder. I would want someone in a position of authority. So it could be a policeman or a mayor or just an elder that people would direct me towards. I would steer away from a crime boss, but I'm not certain I would know the difference.
Okay, so you basically find an elder who points to a nice family who lost some of their children in a bad winter a few seasons ago. And they'll gladly take the kids off your hands.
Did they eat the children?
They did not eat the children.
Good, that is the minimum. Excellent.
That's a good sign when you find out they have not eaten their children.
That's basically all Index knows about being a parent, is you should not eat your children. And that's great.
That's totally like the number one thing. Step 1, don't eat the children.
Have you not eaten your children? You are a successful parent. That is great.
A successful child parent.
Yes, as opposed to like a dog parent. Very logic. Much Index.
Much logic was indexed for this. So conveniently, you managed to catch up with the rest of the group right before they stumbled upon this encounter, because that makes everyone's life easier.
Yay!
You rejoined the party and witnessed the really bad survival roll.
Let's check out this stuff. One day I will have armor, and it will be nice.
Mm-hmm.
What is this one day you speak of?
One day we'll get you plate armor.
Made out of real plates.
Yep.
The finest dinnerware we can find.
That's right. It's not called dinnerware. If they didn't want people to wear it, they shouldn't be called dinnerware. That's all I'm saying.
That's one way of looking at it.
It'll allow me to take what they can dish out.
Ah.
Well played.
Synthesizer damaged. Oh man. I'm in a lovely group called This Cat is a Dumbass, and I love all of these cats so much. They're so stupid. It's wonderful.
So I did not notice. Do we have our Muffin Man today?
We don't. He is working.
Oh, poor guy.
Was he around last week?
Yes.
Oh, dang it.
So people will start to think that you two cannot be in the same game at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Dun 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 dun.
So Eric, when you were scrolling up through the rolls from last time, did you see the dragon?
I did. Are you going to explain that?
No.
Okay.
That's just wrong.
It's just a feral dragon that's a nemesis, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys try hugging it?
No. It tried roasting us though, but its jokes were pretty lame.
Boo.
That song.
So is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where last we left off, you guys managed to regroup the group and unfortunately wandered off into some dangerous situation. It was totally dangerous, as I'm setting up that dangerous map. Because it's totally dangerous. It's so dangerous, in fact, it takes me a second to set it up. Here you are with your horses and your wagon, and you're surrounded, and there, by the way, is more than just 5 of these lizard hounds, but these are the 5 that are willing to get into a fight with you right now. The rest are kind of like hanging back, but there is about 8 more hanging out at the distance, but they're not willing to get close to you guys' little fire in the middle of the night. So pretty much they shockingly ambushed upon you guys, you know, and you guys turned around and saw them. So nobody was in fact like ambushed, but you guys were definitely caught unaware. And
So that would be vigilance.
That would be vigilance. But first, let me set the pool. Everybody see 4 and 2 for the story point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Let me blow up my screen so I can see everything at once. So as you can see, you guys have 5 of these little hissy, growly. They got this almost crocodile growl, but it's a little bit louder than that. And they're basically encroaching upon you guys. They just kind of like slithered over the mounds, and you guys realize, oh crap. And conveniently, while you appear, all of a sudden, the Muffin Man disappears.
Not the Muffin Man.
And everybody's quick to roll initiative there. I like that. Ooh. So, needless to say, they must be hungry, is probably what it is, since they are encroaching upon you guys after all. So, needless to say, they are in a bit of a hurry to come after you guys. So, everybody ready?
Yep.
If we say no, does that stop them from attacking us?
It does not.
Oh.
Well, the answer's still no.
Oh, let me do something real quick. Stealth lizards. I would much rather have stealth lizards that I have stats on.
Stealth lizards or stealth wizards? Because
Stealth
one of those
lizards.
is much more terrifying.
I'd be more worried about the lizards.
I'd be more worried about the wizards. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Fireball.
That's true.
Where did that come from? I don't know. I guess I just die.
Well, wait a second. What about lizard wizards?
Well, that's totally allowed.
Yes, lizard wizards that summon lizards that cause blizzards.
What's their favorite food? Is it gizzards?
Oh, wah, wah, wah.
No, their favorite food is Twyla.
It seems to be everything's favorite food.
Poor
Yeah.
Bard.
Yeah.
You should probably be up against the wagon.
So just to give you the size reference down at the bottom corner, I got the green is the medium distance, the yellow circle is the short distance.
I think you might have that on a different layer.
No. Look, it's at the very bottom of your map. You'll see a lizard and then a yellow circle, then a green circle.
Nope.
I see one lizard in the bottom right, but I don't see the circles.
You don't see the circles. Ah,
Yeah.
You know what's probably going on? It's probably because you guys aren't set to see his aura, I bet. Let me fix that. Bip, bip.
There
How
you
about
go.
that?
Ah,
Giving you guys the authority to see it. That's the difference. Okay, so lizards are coming first. These Craig lizards, really nasty little fellows. You know, your scout would have totally told you all about them if he was here tonight. So this one, let me zoom in real quick. As they all start bolting for targets. So this one's going to do double move to get right up to your horse. Probably going to try to eat the horse.
That's not allowed.
They're jerks. Wow.
Like that at all.
Stop. You've violated the law.
It's almost like they see no difference between you guys and the horses.
I'm not
Rude.
made of meat.
That's true. They probably will ignore you too.
Oh, then that's fine. I'm cool with them.
How do you think you managed to approach the party without the lizards coming after you?
You smell only faintly of gnome.
I smell like brand new computer, and no one wants to ruin that smell.
I can't decide on this lizard of which you go after, the cute cat or the cute gnome. They're both small and edible.
Probably the cute cat.
I would actually say how they feel about the taste of fur would affect that.
Well, seeing as they're going after horses, I don't think they care about the flesh.
They consider the fur a delicacy.
Then
boy.
obviously no, but that's the thing. Then obviously they would go after the cat.
And like that, our automaton has justified why the cat would get eaten. So who's going first?
I'll go first.
I mean, you really don't want to be eaten by these guys.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll double aim.
Okay, but you're going to be shooting point blank at him?
No, I'm going to be stabbing him. Since I've upgraded my brawl ability. It's no longer 4 greens, it's 2 greens, 2 yellows. It's deadly now.
You've now
As
learned
if I
that
haven't
melee is
heard
important.
things.
Melee
Alright.
can be important.
Ready?
Yep, you got 2 blues.
I'll disorient to do
Damn.
14 damage. Disorient. Crit. And I'll give the next one of us to go a blue, and the next one of them to go a black.
That's a lot going on.
Oh, no, not done yet. I will also use Dirty Trick after inflicting a critical hit on an adversary. Ooh, adversary is different from enemy, huh?
No, adversary is basically anyone you're going after.
Okay. You may upgrade the difficulty of their next check. So this guy has an upgrade difficulty for the next check as well.
Youch!
I do a lot with my brawl. It's kind of gross.
Holy shit! It's because I forgot to say roll low before I clicked it.
Fucking
Okay, so a
90.
limb is crippled into
Christ.
healed or replaced. He's a lizard. It'll grow back. Increase the difficulty of all checks that use that limb by 1. So he's definitely going to bite instead of claw you. Okay, so needless to say, that was not a wasted attack there. It was a very, very, very A very effective attack.
Fucking severed its goddamn leg.
So who's going next?
Anyone? Focus on the ones going after the horses, probably. Because we need those to leave.
Let me try a barrier spell. I haven't done that yet, and we're all really close together for once. So it's 3 additional targets for all 4 of us, correct?
Yep.
You only have to buy the additional target upgrade once, and then you spend advantage.
Oh, advantage. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you only buy it once, no matter the number. You're only limited by your advantage.
Okay.
Do you have any spell focuses? Because I know there's a couple instruments that give you that for free.
He has a staff, I believe.
Yeah, the staff
Which
does
is
range.
It does range, and it gives you like 4-2 attacks. Yeah, something like that.
And so we can say, "You shall not pass."
Yeah. Twyla has the thing that gives you the additional target for free.
That's
Nothing like the music instrument doubling your healing ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, when's our bard gonna learn Dissonant Whisper? Or Tasha's Hideous Laughter?
Oops,
As soon as
wrong
she goes
system.
to Greyhawk.
So I think it's just 2 purple.
Adding to it.
Not yet. We'll see how this works first. Okay, get the one blue, right?
Because you're the next one to go. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Because his glorious crippling of the lizard inspires you to protect everybody with your shield.
Because I'm never gonna roll that much damage in a single hit for the rest of the session.
Oh, you might. You never know.
Okay, tell me when. Okay, so get all 4 of us and 3 successes. Correct?
Okay. Yep. So what does that do?
So it reduces damage by 1 for the first success, and then another 1 for each 2 successes, so it reduces damage by 2.
So everybody just gained 2 soak.
Temporarily.
Yep.
For this round.
As long as he decides to spend the strain to keep focusing on it. And, not doing any more crazy casting. Okay, anything for your movement? You good with where you are?
I'm good for where I am and keep my staff in a good defensive position.
Okay, because nobody wants to get, smacked by a lizard. We gotta stick to defend yourself.
Right.
Okay, so who's going next?
2 strain for the spell.
Yep. But hey, +2 soak is a good thing.
Yeah.
Twyla, you want to try hitting this lizard? Or buffing all of us? Either way.
I think I'm gonna try hitting the. Hold it. How close is he?
He's 2x2, so he's right next to you.
They're really dark, so it's hard to see. This guy, right? That's a lizard, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And he's pretty wounded. I mean, he's bloodied for sure.
I'm going to use my dagger. Hold on a sec.
Prepare for the shanking.
Yep.
The shankening.
Okay. Did it kill it?
Which you did 6,
8
7, 8
damage.
points of damage. It did not kill it.
Of course.
Its scales did soak up a lot of your little dagger stab.
You can pass some blues around now.
And he is more injured. I mean, that's a hugely important
Yeah,
thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and give to go a blue and the next creature to go a black.
So the next creature to go gets 2 blacks.
Yep. It's definitely going to be out of their favor.
Unless it's this guy, then he gets 3 blacks and an upgrade difficulty.
Yeah, if he uses his claw.
No, if he uses his claw, it's 2 upgrades to his difficulty. It's anything he does has 1 upgrade to difficulty, because I crit him.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
So, Index, the group is looking to you to save the horses, man. It's all on your gears. Did we lose Index?
I just had my microphone muted.
That's literally what Index says too. I had my microphone was muted. Sorry.
My megaphone was muted.
Well, item focuses, they add a certain amount to your attack, like if you use an attack spell with them. The Wanderer's Runestone, how much does that add?
The one that you have?
Yes.
That's a good question.
I'm right about there. Give me.
I'm like, I haven't had that book page open to that page for a while since I gave it to you.
Yes, I have everything written down. I just don't have any modifier to the attack.
Wanderer's Stone does not add any number to it. It's just, as an implement, when your character casts an augment spell, you can add the haste and swift effects with no increase in difficulty.
So it does not add to damage. That's fine.
No.
Okay, I'm going to use it as a focus anyway for an attack spell. The enemies, are they close?
3 squares is close distance, so.
So you're close to these 2.
Okay.
Yep. So either one of those you are with.
Let's see what I want. Where is this? Then I am going to. I'm just going to do a basic attack at the one that's already hurt, at the one that was just recently stabbed. Is that one of them? Yes, I think so.
This one?
I'm going to do a basic attack, which is 1 difficulty, and I'm not modifying it. And let's find out how much damage I do.
And it's going to be one added for range, right?
No, close is
the freebie one.
Is the freebie. I have to add one if I'm in
Medium.
in medium, in close combat or melee, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so I've got 1 purple there for you.
And there's a blue, right, from
Yeah.
Twyla.
Yep.
So let's.
And you can aim with the spell, by the way.
I would like to. That sounds
Okay.
like a good idea.
If you're not moving, that's a good thing to do.
So let's drop a couple for casting, a couple strain for casting the spell, and
what does the spell look like as you cast it?
I think this is just going to be a thank you so much, just a flash of light. Like, this is just as Spartan as possible. For like, it is the most mathematically neutral of attack spells that you can imagine.
Wow. It's so basic,
Oh.
it's beneath you.
Sweet Jeebus.
May as well get that strain back.
Yep. Well,
So,
that's back now.
It's so wounded that it just didn't even, it's recoiling from its wounds from being stabbed by 2 people, that it's not even kind of looking in your direction as you nail it with that rune and try to shoot your spell off. It's just disbelieving your spell because of the avoiding the eye contact.
This is how it's going to be.
But you have a lot of advantage to spend there. 6 advantage.
I'm using a couple to recover my strain. I can't open my character sheet. Interesting. I'm going to exit the game and be back, but
Okay.
I'm going to transform all of those into extra blue die for my allies.
So you're going to use 2 of each, to give your other 3 compatriots a blue die?
Yeah.
Specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is now their turn. Ooh.
Oh boy.
So first one's going to attack this horse because they are just lizards after all. It's not like they're malicious jerks.
2 black dice to hit a horse.
Of course. So first one is going to go ahead and let's see.
Give me a coupon for nachos. So they'll be coming here soon. Yeah.
Coupon for nachos. Hell yeah.
Depends on the nachos.
Yeah, on Facebook Marketplace, I keep seeing people in South Tucson who do really good Mexican food. They post their food that they're selling and delivering on there, and it's just like, man, that looks so good. Like birria tacos and all sorts of carne asada, and of course tamales, because tamales.
Right.
Tamales.
Because it's getting to that time of year.
It is almost time for tamales. So this one is going to attack the horse.
Of course.
And he's going to go for a vicious bite with his teeth. Only he misses the horse horribly. But he's going to scare the horse so that it's going to run away on its turn.
No.
It's going to run away like a meteorite. Yeah, that's how we're going to mark the horse. And then this one is going to try to eat the same said horse because, they're jerks. But he's going to use the claws because he wants to horribly crit on him. But apparently did not horribly crit on him. Instead, he takes...
James, I've got a question. I know horses, but they're still animals. Are they going to attack?
No, they're not, trained for fighting, so they're gonna spook and run.
Okay.
And even then, war horses really only have an attack if there's someone riding them.
Yep.
Yeah, and these
Well,
are
I was just
domesticated.
thinking, like, natural animal instincts.
Unfortunately, they've not been trained to fight lizards before, and you know how to get around just a snake? Think of it as a really big snake.
A snake will make them rise up and stomp. Typically, I thought.
Well, they rear up and they want to get the hell out of the area usually. But yeah, they'll stomp a snake to death. Unfortunately, these things are almost their size. So who's going next?
Not all of them are gone yet.
You're going to make me make that roll, aren't you?
I'm going to make you make that roll. Even if I end up taking damage, I'm still going to be happy just seeing the result.
Oh. It's going to be ugly. Do you have any melee defense?
I do.
You do?
I have 1 melee defense.
Okay. We're going to try to give him a chance as he's going to take his nasty attack on you. It's going to be it's going to be his bite, but he does need that leg to get over to you.
He manages it.
Damn. Okay, so 8 points with Pierce 3. And he's going to specifically give you a black die. You do have +2 soak right now.
Does that count? Is it actually +2 soak?
No, it's a -2 total damage. So,
Yeah.
if you only had 1 soak and you took this hit, then he would do 8 damage and then you'd block 2.
Yeah. The important bit in this is the pierce doesn't affect the barrier spell.
No,
correct?
it does not.
No. The pierce only affects. That's what makes the barrier spell so helpful, is it takes damage off the top. Okay, so our kitty cat gets nibbled on. I was
hard, yeah.
I was shocked on that one. I think it was the story point that helped it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who's going first? He is horribly wounded, by the way.
Turn that off so I can pull out my bow.
I can try.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Twyla.
You go ahead, because I only have daggers, really.
Okay.
As for melee.
I'm going to try the same thing then. Still doing basic attack spell at the one that's engaged with him. So.
Ready when ready?
I'm ready. I'm just.
Are you going to aim? That's a good question.
Yes, please.
Okay, then aiming is in there.
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the damage going to be?
Da-da-da-da.
See, I go straight for the important question first.
I think just 3 damage.
No, the attack spell without modification deals damage equal to the characteristic linked to my skill, plus 1 damage for every uncancelled success.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 plus 2, 7 points of damage.
Oh, he is still alive.
That dick.
His scales almost seem like they were meant to absorb that kind of damage.
I'm going to use some advantage to recover my strain, and then I'm going to give it a black die, and I will give to Korrick a blue die.
Because he has faith in you.
Faith of the heart.
Faith of the heart. Okay, so who's going next?
Twyla, you want to finish it?
Yeah, let me Okay, so this time will be 9 points.
Oh, hold on. So you're attacking with a dagger?
Yeah. It's the only weapon I have. Other
Okay.
than
Are you going to aim?
yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll when you're ready.
I already rolled. But
Yes, but you only rolled against one purple, and I had a bonus blue in there for you.
okay.
If you want, I can just roll
Ready?
a purple.
Yeah, roll a purple.
You're a little too quick on the trigger finger there. Okay, so 3 successes, so 9 points of damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, she sticks her dagger right in its eye and twists it, looking at Korrick like, are you going to use your bow? Because as soon as she twists it and looks over at you, it just goes and drops dead.
Gross.
Sad thing, it was just spraying some of Korrick's blood back on him.
That's not sanitary.
No, it's not.
Okay, so who's going next?
I'll go next. Is this one here within staff range?
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean to melee?
Yeah.
No, you'd have to move up to right here to be able to whack him with your stick.
Okay. Okay. In that case, let me go over. That's the horse, right?
That's the horse, yep. That's the
Okay.
horse that looks like any second now it is going to bolt for the hills. Its eyes are huge and white. It's rearing up from the hissing and the snapping at it, and it's going to run because there's 2 trying to eat it.
Okay. So in that case, I am going to go over here next to it.
Okay.
And I'm not very good at it, but can I make a riding roll to try and calm it down?
Yeah, you could try. It's really freaked out right now, though.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll try knocking the lizard over the head.
Okay. So you want to get right there adjacent to him?
Well, this is like, whatever adjacent is.
Okay, that'll
Considering
work.
both it and the horse are 2 squares.
Yep. Because he's basically taking up this whole square that you're seeing right there. So you're there if you want to swing on him. And remember, you guys got 5 story points if you want to use them and give some back to me. Just saying.
Not right now.
Okay. Okay, so you hit him for 6 points. It kind of glances off most of his scales. You know, he's got that scaly, horny toad looking features there. So it only does a little damage.
Okay.
But you did bonk it on the face. And it'll probably be going after you instead of the horse.
Oh, that's a good thing.
So index.
Index
Oh,
31.
that's everybody. Yep.
No, I haven't gone.
Ask for his turn.
Oh, there we go. Our archer wants to go.
Mhm.
Did he maintain his spell?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so don't forget to take the strain.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm gonna aim twice.
Okay, which one are you aiming at?
This one right here, short
The
range.
one in short range? I was thinking that's what you're going to go for. Okay.
So that plus the blue I got from Index and the blue I got from Twyla
Yep. So one
should put
purple
me at
and 4
4 blue.
Yep.
Oh, Okay, we forgot my 2 blue.
Oh, yeah.
Well, go ahead and we'll have him roll, and then I'll roll a blue for you to see if you did a little more damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 blue.
And
What?
I'll take the strain to add the linked to quality to my bow.
Oh. Okay.
My middle name is DPS.
So you're gonna double tap on this lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
'Cause
then also...
Oh, you're making sure to get the advantage for that linked.
This is just me going, die.
Don't take the strain unless you're making sure you're gonna get those 2 advantage.
Alright, ready?
Okay. Yep. I think you got those 2 advantage.
So that's 10 damage 3 times.
Well, it's only linked 1, right?
It's linked 2. Because it's linked equal to my quality, equal to my ranks in ranged, is what the talent gives me, which is linked 2. So linked 2 means it hits 3 times.
Yep.
Because linked 1 is twice.
So needless to say, yeah, that there's no let me see, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5. Actually, wait. Math is power. It is still alive by the hair and its chinny chin chin. By the way, you have no doubt that it's going to run for the hills itself on its turn.
Alright, and I'll recover 1 strain, because that did cost me 4 to do. But that felt good.
You just buried 3 arrows up to the, fletchings in its side. It's hurting bad. Okay, so bottom of the initiative, we've got this horse that is going to... Oh, make sure I grab the horse, not the lizard. Apparently the lizard is totally in the way. It is running for the hills. And then this horse is going to move a little away from this guy because it doesn't want to get eaten. And sadly, no one unbuckled this horse from the wagon, but that's okay for the moment. But yeah, this guy's hell-bent to run for the hills. So it is the lizard's turn. This lizard, he's going to be persistent. He's going to go after that horse again. He wants to kill that horse. And this guy is going to nicely go after our friend here. And this guy is going to go after our friend. Actually, no, he's the one that's running away because he's almost dead. He got hurt a lot. So the one going after Bob. Bob, do you have any melee defense?
The quarterstaff gives me 1.
Okay. It's nice to have a staff to protect yourself from when a big lizard's biting after you.
Yep.
Because it's going to go ahead and swipe at you with its claws. And miss horribly thanks to your staff that you shove clearly in its path to keep it from cutting you up. Because it would definitely hit you hard. Unfortunately, as you used your staff to block its blow, it kind of powered through the block, and it's going to knock you prone for 3 of its advantage. So you were down on the ground prone. Only thing it does is basically would eat up your maneuver to get up if you wanted to get up, or makes it easier to attack you while you're on the ground. Mainly because he likes the idea of having you on the ground. And sadly, he cannot give strain back. So he's going to give a blue to the next one of his folks that are going. Which is the one going after the horse over here. Of course, great. Of course. So I'm flipping back and forth as I added that dice to the wrong thing. And he's going for the vicious claw because he wants to finish off this horse. So needless to say, he just whips out this horrible swiping claw that you guys just hear the horse make this horrible god-awful sound. as it just disembowels the horse.
So that's what a deflating lung sounds like.
Because, yeah, he'll use that triumph to go for the crit with the Vicious 2, and the horse just goes down like a sack of potatoes. Only a lot wetter and squishier. And, he's just like, munch, munch, munch. He's good with the dead horse. By the way, the dead horse is kind of exciting the other ones that are off in the distance. Just want to warn you guys on that.
And what about the dead lizard?
Well, that's also exciting them, but that's just
Oh,
because
Lord.
their pack mentality is not that team oriented. So who's going next?
Is the fact that Bob is prone gonna make it a little easier for me to shoot at that lizard,
No.
rather than like not giving me a blue, but like not giving me the black of shooting at something next to a friend?
I'll give you that it'll negate the black for shooting it.
Then I'll go.
Okay, you're gonna take a half step forward so he's within short range?
Yes. And then I'll also take the 2 strain to add the linked 2 quality to my bow.
Okay. I got 1 purple ready when you are.
Oof. 9 damage.
Okay, so you plink it around into him. He's taken a little damage. He doesn't seem horribly bad. I mean, your arrow did as much as, he's taken already.
Yeah. Half of my dice were blank.
Half of your dice hated you. Okay, so who's going next?
I'll go next. How many squares can we move?
About 3 squares.
3 squares. So I am going to double move and take 1 point of strain or 2?
2 points of strain.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What range does this put me at for this guy?
Medium range.
Medium.
Okay. I am going to do the same thing, attack spell. I'm going to add the range modifier to it, which costs 1 purple. So I'm looking at 2 purple.
Yep.
Yes. And I do not have... I don't have any more maneuvers, so I can't do anything else. So I'm just going to be rolling that.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Okay,
Looks like
so
7 damage again.
Okay, so with your 7 damage, you shoot your little bolt out and it just fries it where it is.
Excellent.
As it doesn't get away. As you see that horrible blood trail that was leading off to where he was going.
Yes. The power of knowledge.
Okay, so who's going next?
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
See, the doorbell is...
It's my delivery nachos.
Ooh.
That he had a coupon for.
So is it going to be Bob or Twyla?
I thought I already went.
We're back up again.
Oh. Why doesn't Twyla go first?
As Bob politely looks back and says, ladies first.
Well, let's see here. One's hurting pretty bad.
This one is perfectly healthy eating on horse, and this one has taken some damage. He's not quite bloody yet, but almost there.
They have really good... Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my inspiring rhetoric,
Okay.
which I make a leadership check, and then one ally for each success in short range recovers 1 strain. And hopefully I can spend advantage for one affected ally to recover an additional strain.
Right.
So, because I know you guys have both used quite a bit of strain, let me switch over to skills.
And that's against 2 purple, right?
Hold on. I think it is. Yeah, PP. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. So, let's see here. Go back over to it. Okay, and let's see here. Who's down the most strain?
Me.
Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and give you the success and spend the advantage. So you get, it doesn't say, can I give him all the strain back? Or like all 4? Or it just says spend an advantage for one affected ally to recover 1 additional strain. So if I drop that on him and all this thing, it would put him back up to full, right?
Let me look at it real quick. I have too many NPCs on my list.
Well, if you just let them die, then you wouldn't have to worry about that.
No. These NPCs get kept because in case I need to use them again later.
Oh.
I just mean NPC character sheets. Encouraging song.
No, it's inspiring rhetoric.
So for each success.
So it only applies to 1 because I only got 1 success. But
so yeah, you could spend all of those on him to give him additional strain.
So yeah, so basically that gives you 5 strain back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As she sings some cool kitty banter to get you back
it's
in.
inspiring rhetoric. You can do it, Korrick. I believe in you.
It's because he's running around with like 4 arrows in his mouth, ready to rapid volley fire here, and you're cheering him on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Bob.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is another point of strain to keep our barriers up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
Then hit it with a stick.
And then hitting it with a stick doesn't seem to do much good, but it's what I currently have.
And if you generate advantage, you can regain strain.
Oh, that's true. So let's hit it with a stick.
Okay, go ahead and hit it with a stick. As you hit it with a stick. Only 2 threat, though. So go ahead
7
and take...
damage, though.
Yeah. Go ahead and take 2 strain. Because, if I had 1 more threat, I could have had reinforcements join in.
Well, it's hard to fight and maintain a spell.
This is true. It's because you're focusing on your teammates and keeping everyone safe. Okay, so he is definitely on the more wounded than not phase at this point. You've blooded him pretty good now between all of your attacks. But he is not happy with Bob now, especially since Bob just smacked him in the other side of the snout. And you have 1 range.
And say, bad boy.
Because that adds the insult to injury.
Joke's on you. He's into that.
Oh, God.
And just because we need to spread some pain, and nobody clicked anything. And he's going to decide to snap at you with the teeth, because that's the easier way of getting the crit.
Oh my God.
Ouch.
Ow! But no success. So he gets full on vicious on you. Wow, and no success.
Jeez.
That defense saved your life. Let's put it that way. Look at that. Okay, so needless to say, you know that great quarterstaff you have?
You mean the magical quarterstaff?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
even
that
worse
one.
when you say that way.
It's like, yeah, that one.
He snaps it like nobody's business, and that's how you manage to avoid those teeth, because you basically sacrifice the stick into its face.
Oof.
I mean,
Well, glad it wasn't a specialized magical quarterstaff.
Isn't that the stick your mom gave you?
No.
F in the chat, boys.
You know, I'm sure if we use the vertebrae of this lizard, we could fix it for you.
make it
Bone
even
does-
more.
Bone does make a good staff.
Bone Mate's a cool staff, I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, but does it retain its magic?
Yeah.
Well, I can make a new magic staff, I think, right?
Yeah.
You can try. Crafting is great in this system.
And it's only 40 silver, so I can buy another one.
This is true.
Of course, not out here in the middle of nowhere.
As you say, merchant, I would like to buy a staff, and a dust devil just blows by. Okay,
Let me
so
bring out my grand traveling yak. Sorry, World of Warcraft reference.
so this guy is gonna grab the horse's leg and is just planning on dragging the horse a little away from you guys. You guys are too noisy to be eating around.
Oh man, bone staffs are crazy good. It halves the price, and when your character successfully attacks or curses with the spell with that thing, they heal a wound.
What?
That's why necromancers like it.
That's awesome.
Okay, so who's going first?
I'll go. And I'll shoot at the one next to Bob.
Okay.
And I'll aim.
You mean the one that Bob's standing in front of?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, oh, you went for the upgrade there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nicely played. And you're aiming?
Yep.
All right. Roll when ready. As you're like, Bob, don't move. Oof.
Ooh.
So 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage, but I will use the Triumph to trigger Disorient, which means it is 13 points of damage. And...
Huh?
Oh wait, no, that's only with Brawl. I can only do that with Brawl.
I was gonna say, which talent is that with a bow?
In that case, it's 9 damage. I'll still trigger the Disorient, and I will give the next one of them to go a black die.
Okay. I'll just automatically put it there because he's the only one that's going to be attacking you. Unless you want to give this guy a black die and dragging away dinner.
No. So that guy will just have 2 black dice then, because Disorient.
Okay, so you kind of shoot the arrow in a way, it just blings off its temple, leaves a nice good scratch, furrow of blood coming out. So you get the idea, it might be planning on running away, especially with Disorient on it.
Good.
So who's going next?
That would be me, correct?
If you want, yeah.
So one more strain puts me down to 3. And how are we doing on story points?
We're doing fine. Spend it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to use the story point and use my talent to get 3 strain back.
Okay, so what talent is that?
That is heroic recovery.
Oh, that's your heroic ability? Don't those take 2?
No. It's a talent called heroic recovery.
And what's that do?
When your character acquires this talent, choose my characteristic. It is intelligence. Once per encounter, you may spend 1 story point and an incidental action to use this talent to have your character heal strain equal to the rating of the chosen characteristic.
Nice.
It's in Realms.
Okay. So just like that, you recover a little bit of strain because you have a little OCD or something that you do to mentally focus yourself.
Right, and it's an incidental, not a full move.
So you still have your maneuver and your action.
So for my maneuver, can I pull out my sling?
Sure. Now remember,
He's adjacent to you.
I'm not going to kick it.
And you can
could
always
back up and cast without a staff.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can't cast because I've already got a spell up.
The barrier.
The barrier, correct?
So what you could do is step back, take 2 strain for an extra maneuver to pull out your sling, and then use your sling at range.
Though you can still cast spells while you're maintaining another spell.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, it's just, increased strain drain, but you can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I thought I could only have 1 spell at a time.
No.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to burn the MF.
Okay.
Hadouken!
Okay, so how difficult of a spell are you making it?
It's short range, so that's 1.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it deadly, so it'll be 2 purple.
Okay, and what does deadly do?
Attack gains a critical rating of 2 and vicious quality to the rating equal to the character's rank in knowledge.
That's terrifying.
Well, my rank in knowledge isn't that good.
Even the lizard is barking at you in despair.
Good.
Okay, so I've got it set up for you. Okay, so how much damage is that?
So I no longer have my staff, so I'm no longer doing bunches of damage. It is
5 damage, I
3
think.
for my intellect, 2 for successes. And since I only got 1 advantage, I can't do the crit or the vicious, correct?
Yep.
Did you ever take that dark magic thing?
Oh, yes, I did.
Because I think
Thank you for reminding me, because I can add that after I roll, right?
What's it say?
Scott.
No, it's blood sacrifice, not dark insight. Oh wait, no. Before your character makes a magic skill check, so I have to say before I roll. I suffer a number of wounds to use this talent to add an equal number of successes.
Well, since it's new to you, we can always say that you did it if you want to try to do it.
Well, that would just give me 1 more success for 1 more point of damage, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Still extra damage.
Yeah, I got lots of wounds.
For now.
I'll do it. And 2 additional strain for the spell.
Yep. So you bite your cheek for a point of damage, so it's 6 points total?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you see a little hint of, almost one would say, a point of damage gets taken by this guy. But it's still damage. And you do have an advantage.
I will take back that 1 point of strain.
Okay. So who is going next?
I'll go next. So I'm going to. It's within short of me, correct?
Yes.
So I'm just going to take a maneuver to aim, and then I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast an attack spell, and it's going to be empowered at it. So it's going to be a total of 3 purple die and 1 blue. Because I don't think there's any more floating bonuses, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
So it is ready when you are.
Okay. That is not great.
Okay, so you fire off one of your spells, and the problem is, Bob's, spell shot kind of had it looking the other direction as your flash goes off, and it completely misses it.
Yay!
Okay, who's going next? Twyla? Kellie?
Sorry. Now, how much strain do you have?
I have 5.
Okay, I'm gonna try casting the and how many story points do we have right now?
Currently, it's tied 3-3.
Okay, I want to go ahead and try and cast the Inspiring Rhetoric, but specifically on Bob.
Okay, you
to
want
try
to
and get
move a little closer to him so he's within short range?
yeah. I'm like
And it gets you away from the horse that's being eaten by a bunch of lizards.
yeah, I'm not happy with that.
Neither's the horse.
Would you guys mind if I use a story point?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do it. Do it.
You want to make it even more potent.
I do. I want to be able, because if I can the better I do, the more strain he can get back.
Mm-hmm.
And I can, let's see here. There it is. So let me switch over to the skills. And did you do the thingy?
It's just 2 purple with an upgrade, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Are you fucking kidding? God damn.
Okay, so
I wasted a story point.
you didn't waste it. It's dice rolls. So the inspiring rhetoric. He's got a lizard in his face right now, so he's kind of not listening to you as you're trying to inspire him. He's unfortunately, kind of tied up because he's holding the broken pieces of his staff, and just fired a spell off in the lizard's face, and he's not quite there to listen at the moment, is what it is. But you do still have 3 advantage. What would you like to do with the 3 advantage?
I would like to give Korrick specifically. The next person to go blue. Hold it. Who's going next?
So 2, so Korrick gets it, and then 1 for the next person to go?
Exactly.
Okay. So whoever goes first next round is going to get a blue dice.
Oh boy.
So this lizard, he's a jerk. He's going to do what lizards do, and he's going to bite and then run. So he's going to snap over at Bob. Because I already have the upgrade in there. Might as well use it. And he's going to hit Bob for 9 points of damage, which is technically 7 points with Pierce 3. Then he's going to abruptly...
So I have 5 soak. Well, I have the 2 barrier and 3 soak.
Mm-hmm. So it's 9 points, but that makes it technically 7 points and then Pierce 3, since you already shaved 2 points off the top.
Okay. So that's 4 points in Pierce 3?
So you have a soak of 5. You ignore 3 of it. So you're going to take 3 of the 7 automatically.
Okay.
So you're only technically soaking 2. So you take 5 points. And then, yeah, it's running. And you know what? It's going to take the 2 strain, which turns into 2 wound for it, and take a double maneuver. It's running for the hills. I mean, after all, it's got a mouthful of Bob running off with it. And you seem to notice over here, almost like magic, more of the lizard beasts are popping up and eating away. And the horse is running away, of course. So who's going next?
I thought that horse was already dead.
No, the horse down here has been running away.
Oh, the other horse. Okay.
Yeah, the horse over here is dead and being chewed on by 4 lizards.
Right.
Of various sizes. So who's going next? I mean, technically, you guys believe, as you look around, you've got these guys are eating on this lizard, these guys are eating on this horse. You could just grab the reins of your wagon and take off, and no one seems like they're going to pursue you right now.
Okay, before we get out of combat, I'm going to cast a heal spell on me.
Okay. Just basic 1 purple?
Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to get back some strain too.
Okay. And are you maintaining the bubble spell, or are you letting it drop so you don't have to spend the extra strain?
I'm letting it drop.
Okay. So if anyone has a critical injury on you that you could have healed up.
I don't think any of us have crits.
I don't
No.
think
Maybe
so.
Twyla.
Okay, so if you guys want, you can roll your cooler discipline if you guys just want to grab your wagon and get the hell out of here.
Well, I want to go after the horse that's running away.
And I want to shoot this one.
Okay. Okay, so Bob, do your healing spell. You've got 3 successes and a triumph.
Okay. So let me read that.
Okay, while you're doing that, obviously I think Korrick's going to take the shot. Right?
Am I going to take the shot, or am I going to run at it and stab it?
Okay.
It's up to you,
So-
man.
So
I'm gonna take the shot.
I gain back 3 wounds for the
No,
3
aim.
successes. And what can I do with the triumph as far as healing goes?
1 extra
Can
wound.
I do strain instead?
You know what? For triumph, I'll let you get an equal number of strain that you got for healing. How about that?
Okay.
And I've got
It means I'm net 1.
Okay, so I'm at. I've got the difficulty set for Korrick.
2 blue, 2 purple.
You're double aiming?
No, I aimed once and Twyla gave me a blue.
That's right. And technically,
Oh, I should have gotten a blue too.
you should have. Korrick, roll real quick so I can give him his blue. See?
There's 11 damage.
Wow.
Oof.
So your arrow soars beautifully through the air and just right into the back of its neck and drops it. I mean, it literally only had 1 point left. That's why I was hoping taking that 2 strain would get it out of range, but not of the murder cat.
Do we want to take its bones? Eric, what's your stance on bones in this campaign? I know you were very anti-bone previously.
I think I like bones. I like the noises they make.
We're going to have to cover him with bones and call him Dr. Bones.
Dr. Bones.
So I'm going to say go ahead and do a cooler discipline roll to recover strain if you want. I'll be actually back because I have to use the restroom real quick, so it's a good time to take a quick 5-minute break.
Oh, lovely. Both my cool and discipline are 1 green.
I was already at max strain, but I can actually use survival instead of discipline or cool in order to recover strain after a thing.
Which one gives you... Oh, wait, the blue is still there. But how do you recover strain? Is it advantages or successes?
It's successes.
Okay, so 1 strain. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's better than a sharp stick in the eye.
It's not like you really use any strain.
I use it to cast spells.
It's not showing on your character.
I have it on the... hold on, do I need to close it? Weird. I've been modifying it on the character sheet itself, but also
Action transfer. That's the way I'm doing it.
but also it keeps happening that like I just closed my character sheet and I can't open it again. But it will let me when I exit and come back in. Maybe that'll update it. Who knows? Who knows? At any rate, the Traveler's Waystone, I can activate it to recover 5 strain. So
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know how far down you are on strain, but
I'm not too bad. I'm down 4 with that success.
okay.
Oh, can we look in the backpack? I thought we had more implements of magic destruction.
I think we might have gotten a staff somewhere at some point. But honestly, I think you might want to look into just getting some of those bones. Like, genuinely, a bone implement is Awesome.
Well, eventually I want to get my sickle.
Yeah, but for now.
But for now. Yeah, because I thought we got one of the other types of wands.
We got a rune at one point.
Let me...
Sorry about that. When the GM's gotta go, the GM's gotta go. See, even the puppy dog agrees.
Our necromancer might want to look into using a magic scepter instead of a magic staff. Seeing as he always seems to get into close combat.
Or start dual wielding his rod and his staff.
This is my rifle, this is my gun.
I'm also going to use the restroom.
I didn't hear that, Eric. What was that?
He said he's going to also use the restroom.
I need to go potty.
Alright, in that case, I will step away for a moment.
Index needs to go get rid of his oil.
This is not working right.
That was an interesting sound. Is someone playing Operation?
No. I'm just getting background stuff.
I am back.
Welcome back.
This entire household is playing video games right now.
We live in a wonderful generation.
It's just game night, I guess. Zach's playing Ark. Savannah's playing
There it
Sims
is.
4.
Magical implements.
I think you need to get a scepter instead of a staff. Seeing as you always get yourself into close combat.
Yeah.
Make it out of bone.
Uh-huh. Well, the magic staff does more damage and gives me the extra range. And when I was originally creating my character, I was thinking of him more as the traditional wizard and less as the battle mage he's going to wind up being. So yes, my next thing will probably be a magic scepter.
Made of bone.
Is there something for implement material?
Yeah.
Components are important.
Willow is also nice.
Oh yeah, add an extra
Advantage.
Doubles
the cost, but it's pretty nice. But bone halves the costs, and also when you do an attack or a curse, you heal a wound. And if you're in close combat with your scepter, that's fantastic.
Well,
Yeah.
not only that, but it also means that if I wanted to, I could get a free success.
Why?
Because I could use my skill, get a wound for an extra success, and heal that wound.
Oh yeah, it's just always as long as you hit, as long as you succeed in your cast.
Well, it's an extra success. Whether it winds up doing something or not is,
But you only heal the wound if you succeed in attacking or cursing.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's like, yeah, you can basically always do the thing where it gives you an extra success. And I'm going to assume 99% of the time you're always going to get that wound back. But it's not guaranteed.
But more often than not.
Or the alternative is using you,
Mhm.
which augment barrier and heal spells. When you succeed on casting them, they give you back a strain, which basically means it costs one less strain to do. But if you had a bone scepter for attacks, you can get the talent for signature spell. For a signature spell attack, which reduces the difficulty by 1. And then you're doing some damage.
Yeah, and that's going to be more important later on because I have a feeling that's going to be one of the talents I'm going to be spending additional ranks in.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So I think that means we're all back.
Is Kellie here?
Yep.
Just being quiet.
She's just
Yep.
being sneaky on mute.
I wasn't on mute.
So you're just being super sneaky then. So as we can see here on the big zoom out map, you guys started. Let me get back to the pointer. You guys
Well, wait
started.
a second. Are we able to get our horse back?
Are you gonna try to track the horse down?
Yes.
Okay. So who's the person that's gonna give me a survival roll for tracking this terrified
That's
beast?
me.
We're not going to do it that way.
How are
We're
we gonna
gonna
do
it
it?
the easy way.
What's the easy way?
We're going to use magic.
Ah.
I'm gonna summon a air elemental mini one with our friends that'll be friendly that will be able to go up and help me track it.
Okay. What's the difficulty for extreme range?
I'm not going after the horse. I'm creating an air elemental near me.
But it has to be able to go an amount of distance, right?
How far in the air are you wanting to get to go up?
I thought that once I summon it, it's not restricted by that range anymore. Because previously, when I summoned something and it went and did something, it didn't have to stay near me.
Okay, so what exactly are your directions for this air elemental? There's where the tricky part comes in.
Help us find the horse and lead us to it.
Okay, so you're wanting it to track the horse then for you.
Right.
Okay.
And lead us to it.
Because remember, it's not going to magically know where the horse is. It's still going to have to try to track it like any other creature would.
Right, but it's an air elemental. It'll have height advantage, and it'll be able to fly.
Okay. So go ahead and cast your conjuration.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Now I will.
Okay. And you're wanting it to be friendly to you, right?
Yep. I don't like the idea of losing horses. I'm upset that we got one at.
As you're casting your magic with the chewing going on in the background, that sounds horrible. Reminds me of a Komodo dragon eating a horse video I saw once. It was absolutely horrible.
That's gross.
So go ahead and roll your magical skill. As you attempt a conjuration.
Ah!
And you attempt to conjure an elemental who is smart enough to know how to track something. And is fundamentally skilled. And you focus all of your power and you summon this dust devil right in the middle of all of you. Everybody take 2 strain as this dust devil is pelting all of you with dust. As this intelligent dust devil just forms right in front of you and you all get smacked with 2 strain. And then proceeds to exit stage left and just takes off in a straight line. Sand blasting all of you, because obviously the air elementals in this desert are very opinionated. This is the Jersey Shore of air elementals.
So why did I have 3 purple? It should have just been 2.
Well, remember, you wanted one that had skills and wasn't just a minion.
Oh, okay.
So you wanted him to actually be a rival. So you're upgrading him to something with skills that's useful. As opposed to him just rolling his green dice, which would have been pretty useless for tracking.
Okay.
Which pretty much I think you guys would have been better than a minion.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately,
Right.
you summon this Duke of the Western Winds, and he just is insulted that you summoned him, and he flies off. And everybody gets pelted with 2 strain worth of sandblast. And you all have sand in your shoes.
I don't wear shoes.
Exactly. Sand in your paws.
He's Santy Paws?
He's Santy Paws.
I'm gonna roll to stab him.
The elemental or the wizard?
Yes.
Aren't they one and the same? So do you guys want to actually attempt to track the horse down?
Yeah, if the tracks are still there and not sandblasted away, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, you could try a survival and see if you can track it.
All right, ready when you are.
Go for it. So, needless to say, you take another point of strain because it's hot and it's dusty and it's deserty. But after about half day worth of tracking, you do find the horse.
Is the horse properly hydrated, or is it horse?
The horse is horribly covered in that frothy sweat that they get when they're running around in a desert with no water. Thankfully, before you guys stocked up on supplies, so you have enough food and water for your animals with the many detours that you guys have taken. So on the little map here, the fuchsia line is you guys when you headed off the road through the desert, and here's where you stopped at the oasis. And then here's where you guys got lost. And the little bend that you had to take where you got attacked over here, and I don't know why the dog's losing her mind. And then eventually, somebody give me another survival roll. Now that you thankfully have one horse for the mule for the wagon and a horse for someone to ride on. And thanks to Korrick's good survival roll, you guys come to the camp that you were looking for. Totally would have gotten there earlier if you hadn't gotten, distracted.
Yeah, it's my bad, guys.
Well, no, wasn't that our scout that got us horribly distracted?
Yeah.
No, it was me.
Oh.
So you guys come, you see it way before you get there when you're crossing the desert, but you see a small plume of a couple small fires that look like they've most likely burned themselves out for the most part. And you guys come over the rise and you see where it looks like a caravan of about 10 to 12 wagons had circled themselves up, for defense. And it looks like someone must have obviously attacked this caravan and burnt pretty much every one of the wagons to the ground. The bodies look to be at least a week and a half old. The carrion birds have come by and done their number pretty well. As you guys get closer, you realize at this point even the flies are finishing up what they were needing to do there.
Oh, only Imperial stormtroopers are this accurate.
Jesus Christ. So I do have a question.
Okay.
Do the bones of a lizard used as a magic implement behave differently to the bones of the third child of a nobleman?
I guess
Like,
Probably
is there a
not.
bonus?
it depends on if they are noble lizards.
Because, magical implement made out of a nobleman's spine. Now that's a status symbol.
Okay, so what do you guys do when you come up on the burnt encampment? That you guys were told this is where they were stopping, and they never messaged past this location. So you're pretty sure why they haven't gotten any messages out since this point.
Yep, checks out.
Seems legit. So what do you guys do when you get there?
Does it look as though there were people that ran away or survivors? What actually looks like it killed them? Was it weapons?
These are all great questions. So first off, the survivor question. Does anybody want to roll a survival to see if they can check for tracks?
Sure.
Okay, so you made one hell of a check as immediately Korrick's like, I'm looking for tracks of survivors. So clearly you do see that here's the ambush site. You see off in the distance as I get the little paintbrush out and change the color. There are very large hills miles off into this direction. And you see that there are lots of tracks that go this direction. Now, when you realize this, you're like, hey, these are probably orcs and their lizard mounts because they seem to be dragging big damn feet and tails. And either spoils or captives being dragged, you can't quite tell at this point. But they dragged cargo straight into the hills. And you see a small trail, what's left of it, heading off this way, and another small trail heading off this way, as my map is moving as I'm trying to draw on it.
About how big were the creatures that were on those two trails?
The lizards are about twice the size of a draft horse.
Yeah, but for this trail and for this trail, was it lizards or was it like something smaller and bipedal?
It would have been biped. Either one of the trails looks like maybe 2 to 5 people. You can't tell because, of course, the details are worn away by now. But 2 to 5 people ran off in those 2 different directions. Now, of course, you can't tell if this was they ran off early or they ran off late, you know. One could be survivors of the attack. The other could be people who fled in the night.
Yeah.
At this point, because of the detour you guys took, the trail got really, really mucky. Now, does someone want to give me a medicine roll for in regards to the wounds and the, you know, injuries and such?
I think that's going to be me. I will medicine. Do the medicine song. Ready?
Yep.
Yay!
As immediately
I succeeded
you're going into
something.
forensic mode and you're like, hey, forensics is better than medicine because your patient never survives. Okay, so you basically can
What's the
clearly
difference?
tell.
No. You never lose a patient.
Well, there's that one time we got drunk and we lost them.
So the majority of the injuries you're seeing on the bodies that you're having to take a lot of work to work your way through what's like the beak of a buzzard and what's a sword or axe, and you're realizing that most of these folks were killed by spear, by axe, and by something that has very large teeth, like very
riding
very
lizard.
large teeth.
A saw.
This is a large desert spider that has spears and axes for arms and also tried to eat it.
I'd believe it.
This is normal for this environment.
I still like the idea of orcs riding in on lizards, but instead of a lance or a spear, it's just like a giant tree saw.
And then, you know, kind of with your medicine check, you have one guy that their head seems to have been crashed in with like a boulder or a rock or something that doesn't seem to be there anymore. But clearly, when you look at this guy's head, he was hiding behind a wagon and something came almost straight down and splattered his head all over the sand. Very gory. And we're talking like 30 corpses out here, so quite a few were massacred. But oddly enough, nobody seems to be wearing the signet ring that you're looking for. As I shamelessly drop in what you were looking for.
Right.
Well, could have
I
been
mean-
stolen.
The prince was a bonus, but the ring is, you don't see any corpse that has the ring on it.
Do a quick check just to make sure that he didn't like ditch the ring in one of the wagons or shells.
Okay.
Because, you know, if he's about to get captured, he might not want to advertise like he's a prince.
You know what that means.
On the other hand, he may want to advertise like he's a prince. I don't know him.
That totally means we need to check all the stomachs of all these corpses as well.
Have the stomachs not been eaten out yet?
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah, they're
long
normally
gone.
first.
But you know, if he was to
I'm
swallow
sorry.
it.
Have fun with that.
No. I meant there's like wagon remains, correct?
Yep. So who wants
Right,
to make
that's-
that roll? I'll give you a blue since you're all working together.
What kind of roll would it be?
It's probably going to be difficult since these wagons have been burnt and the winds.
Like what skill?
Oh, perception.
Oh, so I think that's me then.
It's not me.
I have 4 green and 2 blue.
Yeah, it's not me for perception.
Okay, so
there.
Korrick is leading the charge and telling everybody how to properly search, and you guys do find a few things, but you do not find a gold ring. You do find this much in silver,
Oh boy.
and you do find enough food to last you that many days if you were to stay out there.
It's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food. A lot of dates that you found buried in the sand. But no water whatsoever. And speaking of water, I mean, unless somebody rolls an amazing survival roll, makes a solar still, you probably only have enough water for you and your horses to check one of these 3 directions.
I mean, I'll do a survival roll to see if there's more water that I can somehow get. Maybe cacti or something that I can pull water out of, but...
Well, if we go to the mountains, there should be water there.
Should be.
On the other hand, I could use our last 2 story points, talk to somebody who is here, and have them tell us which way the prince went.
There is that.
Yeah.
That's totally within a certain member of the party to go up to a corpse and say, "Hey, psst, can you give me some intel?"
But it would be our last 2 story points.
Go ahead.
I mean, the dead can give a lot of intel, just saying.
Go for it.
Okay?
We're getting
Okay.
towards the end of the session anyway, so...
Yeah, it's perfect time for it. So, Bob, which one of the corpses are you going up to? Thankfully, they've gotten to that point where they're starting to mummify because of the desert's drying effects.
Are there any distinguishing characteristics of any of them?
Let's put it this way. Are there any characteristics that you're looking for?
Is there one that looked like it was either a scout or a lookout for the
Yes.
for the group?
There is one that looks like a native Bedouin type clothing on them, and you can easily find one that looks like that.
Yeah. That
Okay?
one.
You totally find that one like first off the bat. You know, obviously this is one of the people who must have been in charge of the caravan. You know, it looks like he's got the caravan master crop. You know, the horsehair crop that he would have where he whips and yells at, you know, his men. And
Okay.
you go up to that corpse and you do your thing.
Yep.
Okay, so what does it look like to the rest of the group as you do your thing? Because we all love that.
I sit down, stretch out a bit. The sand around the corpse starts swirling, and it slowly forms the shape of a Bedouin, but the edges are still kind of hazy.
Okay. As the ghost kind of gasps as you reach out to contact it, breathing in air into lungs that don't exist.
We would like to talk to you about the battle. Can you give us would you like to give us information?
It was a fierce battle. Please. And he kind of like reaches out to hold your hand. He says, "Promise me that you will give this to my son." And he reaches down to grab like an amulet that should have been around his neck but doesn't seem to be around the corpse's neck.
Do I have enough details to identify the amulet again?
His ghostly form, you see this amulet that's a protective, you know, symbol, and it's got like some kind of stone in it. You're not quite sure in his spectral form what exactly it looks like, but it definitely looks like something of value that would have been taken off him by a raider, you're sure. You're sure that this amulet has been taken off to the hills?
Do I have to roll to do that magical vision thing?
Which magical vision thing?
The magical vision that we used to be able to do in the other world that I did all the time. I forget whether that cost strain or not.
Oh yeah, that's a spell for doing that.
Oh, okay.
And he basically says, "Promise me you will give my oldest son my amulets."
Get the information so I know who he is and who his oldest son is.
Okay. He gives his family name and his name, and just talk to any of the local people out here. They will know my family. I am well known and well respected. Make sure my oldest son gets the protection amulet given to us by the goddess of the moon. And he kind of like reaches up to a moon that's not there. Obviously, you're
and his home village. I also need his home village.
My people do not have a village. We travel. We travel the routes of the deserts.
I don't know how well that protection amulet works.
Thinking that.
We were attacked at night after the orc raiders made us have to circle our wagons. Unfortunately, some of the cowardly bastards that were in our caravan left the night before, leaving our guards underhanded to keep lookout. The last thing that I saw was my wife and two of my daughters fleeing during the attack. What else can I tell you? And all of a sudden, as he's reliving it, you just see like an arrow wispily forms in his chest, and then like a spear sticking out of his thigh, and you're seeing like the wounds that he was taking that night slowly start materializing in his specter.
What happened to the prince?
Oh, and he like spits, ectoplasm on the ground. That cowardly bastard led 3 other retainers to flee into the night before the attack came. He abandoned his lookout post, leaving an opening for the bastards to attack us. He has no honor. And he just starts going, as you see this like grievous axe wound open up in his chest.
Did he point which way he went?
He points that the fool went off this direction. And let me ping the map. This direction.
Okay, so I'm assuming his daughter and wife went off in the other direction?
Yes, they fled.
That isn't the mountains?
They fled back towards the path. That fool and his servants went running off in a direction with no water for the next few leagues. I hope the desert swallows his dark soul. As he just starts coughing ectoplasm out of his mouth as he's aging through his injuries of the night.
So how far is water on the path that your wife and daughters took?
They should be able to get to water within 3 days on foot.
What does that translate to us with our... Well, no, we're basically on foot as well. Okay.
Basically, you should be able to hit water in 2 days if you take this path.
Right.
So you think go that way, stock up, come back?
Yeah. That's my thought. What do you guys think?
Yes, because this is a desert. Water is tantamount to life.
Makes sense to me. Yes.
So and I think the plan of action is get the water, find the stupid idiot prince, then go after the orcs for the amulet.
Sounds like a plan.
Jim S. is typing. What are you typing?
I'm typing down the plan. Swing back for Prince and then go to get the orbs.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the plan, you guys?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys basically know that you're gonna have to head two days this direction to get to water. As I'll do a second square because that's what tool I'm on currently. And then you guys are gonna go over here to get we're gonna color him red. Prince, if he's out here-ish.
Color him yellow. He's yellow.
And then off into the hills to get the orcs.
No, not to get the orcs. To get the amulet.
Aww.
We are not invading the orc mountains to take care of all of the orcs. We are just getting the amulet.
It's a surgical strike.
And hopefully
No,
freeing
it's a training
prisoners they might
mission.
have.
Well, no surgical strike. I'm hoping it's a trading mission.
And what if they have prisoners?
Trade for them too.
Trade for them too.
Vivisection is a type of training.
Anyone speak orc?
Does anyone speak orc?
Yeah.
Do orcs even speak orc?
Sometimes.
Is that would that be like an education or what, like a lore or something?
Yeah, there's no actual skills for languages.
Yeah.
Would a knowledge, I guess.
Sure.
I could try knowledge.
Is I don't know. Maybe the orcs actually speak common.
Everyone technically speaks common, so you could use that.
Okay.
I feel like there should be like a talent that starts at tier 1 and you can just learn another language. And then to learn another language, it's a tier 2 because that's how tiered.
There's two of them, one for each
I'm
of us.
pretty sure there is a linguist talent.
Time for me to look.
It's common knowledge that orcs speak jive.
That's valid.
That's totally valid.
Genesys talents expanded.
Okay, so you guys are starting to head off towards water. Somebody give me a survival roll as your just general survival check.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh, basically Korrick was giving us the general survival check to make sure that you're not getting lost in the desert. Because, after about a mile from the burnt-out camp, you have no real reference except mountains. Mountains off to your right.
There is no linguist talent. I think you might be thinking of the feat from 5e.
Maybe. Let's see. Okay, there's a good ad lib I saw for it. It's start with half your intel in languages and then add one language per rank of knowledge linguistics.
There you go.
That's a good workaround. Okay, so that's going to be a good place to wrap it up there. You guys each get 10 XP. And you guys know that we're heading off towards water. Thankfully, Korrick got a great survival roll, so you guys are actually doing a little better than they would have been running in that general direction. More importantly, no random encounters, no attack by insects, and no attack by poison food. Which, by the way, when I asked for those survival rolls that are 2 difficulty, if you roll like 3 advantages or triumph, I do have good things to do to you. Just want to throw that one out there.
Yeah, because we can control that.
I know, but I just want to let you know I actually have a list of good things to go along with the list of bad things.
Oh boy.
So next time we roll survival, tell him that, yeah, and I'd like to throw in a few successes or advantage.
Hey, would you have preferred if I flipped a story point? Come on.
No, it's just...
Despair, you all get lost and the horse dies. Now you all have to push the wagon.
No. How else are we going to wander through the desert on a horse with no name?
It's not my fault you haven't named the horses.
It's intentional.
Well, one of the horses' name was
The
Donner.
horse's name is America.
He had a bit of a party.
Oh,
Wah, wah, wah.
that is so wrong.
But a pretty good joke. Alright then.
Alrighty, guys. Now is a good time to go watch The Mandalorian. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Haven't started watching the second season yet.
I'm not going to watch it until it's all out. I am not going to sit every week in anticipation. I'm going to gorge it all at once.
No.
Well, luckily, I am living in a household with two people who have not watched The Mandalorian yet, and so what we're going to do is watch the first season, and then by then, there'll be enough of the second season.
That's true. That's a good plan. And I definitely would recommend after you watch the first season, watch the documentary on it, so you can see how amazeballs the filming process is for it.
Also, did you guys hear about Ian McGregor?
Ewan McGregor?
Yeah. He went on the set of the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, and they had his Jedi cloak there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, oh yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, I want to see that miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully it becomes more than a miniseries.
Right?
All depends on how much money Disney wants to spend.
Yep. Well, thankfully, The Mandalorian is saving the franchise, in my opinion. I gotta throw that out there.
Although I must say that because we've only watched the first episode of season 2, the music was a little off. I think
True.
it wasn't the same.
They tried to homage season 1's music, but make it different, and it's not the same.
I mean, it was just could have been just me, but
No, you were right.
the music wasn't as like the first season. It's like, yeah, this is the Star Wars that I know and love. And it had the same. This one didn't have the music. Didn't have the same impact.
Mm-hmm.
So, but still, it was good.
Yeah. And we're gonna have to go watch episode 2 right now. See?
Oh boy.
I mean, if I don't fall asleep.
Nope. You're gonna watch episode 2 because I had 5 people today at work hitting me up wanting to talk about it.
Oh. All right. Bye, guys.
All right. Good night, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Oh.
Oh.
Are you doing any wizarding this weekend?
I have some things going on this weekend, so I don't know anything particular is going on. Why?
Oh, there's just another event, and I was wondering.
Oh, what event?
It's Hogwarts Army, I thought.
Oh, I'll check with Kellie on that one because she's already logged off.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Bye, all.
All right, later, guys.